afternoon, this is Dimitri Lascaris coming to you from Ottawa, the capital of Canada, on November 16, 2024 for Reason to Resist. I'm standing outside of the headquarters of a Canadian company known as Gastops. We are in an industrial park on the outskirts of the city of Ottawa, and protesters have gathered here today as part of a national day of action in Canada to name and shame corporations that are involved in the production and delivery of weapons and weapons parts to the Israeli military. Gastops makes engine sensors that are used in the F-35. Apparently it is the only source for these engine sensors, raising a question about whether the F-35s could operate effectively without this particular part. There's no question that the parts are important to the operation of the F-35s because the company itself says that the technology is necessary, this unique technology, to keep the F-35s aloft as much as possible and keep them out of the hangars and repair shops to the greatest possible degree. So by the company's own account, these engine sensors are making the F-35s more effective in the performance of their mission. And of course, in Gaza and elsewhere in West Asia, that mission is to kill en masse innocent civilians. The company Gastops is privately owned. Exactly who controls this corporation is not clear because it is not a company whose securities are publicly traded. However, internet sources report that the company has received funding from the U.S. arms manufacturer Raytheon, and Raytheon may in fact be a significant, if not the most significant shareholder in this corporation. Raytheon, by the way, makes bunker buster bombs, some of which have been used in Gaza to inflict massive casualties on the civilian population and to effect considerable destruction of the civilian infrastructure. And this is also true in Lebanon now. Raytheon's bunker buster bombs may well be used there. So this is a company that is profiting in a variety of ways, not just by means of bunker buster bombs, but other munitions and weapon systems to Israel in a time of genocide. Now, a moment ago, we paused and observed a few moments of silence while Muslim participants in this protest kneeled for prayer. And then afterwards, a young man, one of the organizers of this event, gave a speech in which he announced that this is part of an escalation, that's the word that he used, against arms manufacturers in Canada.
Hayya ala salah. Hayya ala salah.
Today is a new start to an escalation. Today is when we say enough is enough. Is it 400 days enough? Is it over 400 days enough? Shame! Is it over 80,000 tons of bombs enough? Today, we are calling for a change. We are calling for an escalation. We are calling to an end to this complicity. We are saying, khalas, c'est fini, it's done, enough is enough.
Indeed, there is no question that the delivery of weapons or parts for key weapon systems to Israel in a time of genocide violates, amongst other international treaties and norms, the Genocide Convention. Canada is a party to that convention, and under Article 1 of the convention, it has a duty to prevent genocide when there is a material risk of genocide occurring, and there's simply no reasonable dispute to be had about the question of whether there's a material risk that genocide is happening in Gaza, particularly after the decision of the International Court of Justice on January 26th of this year, in which it ruled, with all Western judges concurring, that it was plausible that Israel is committing genocide. So right here behind me, this is the site. This is a crime scene, in effect, an international crime scene, and one in which the Canadian government is fully complicit because it's allowing these essential parts to be delivered by this company to the owners and operators of F-35s around the world, including in Israel, it appears. As you can see, there are numerous police vehicles here. I counted 8 marked vehicles. There also appear to be a number of unmarked vehicles. There's also private security present. The private security from Garda World is here. That's my report from outside the headquarters of Gas Tops in Ottawa, Ontario. Signing off for now, this is Dimitri Lascaris for Reason to Resist on November 16, 2024.